It's like, they're all moving? Girl, run. No, girl, there's another one going. Girl, is there another one moving over there? Oh my God, what's happening? This is so creepy. Well, I loved that. So now that I've seen this episode again, I picked up on certain things that I did not even recognize now that I've seen it again. So there was a part where he talked about the Time War. When I first watched that ever, that went right over my head because I didn't know what I was watching. I did not know the history of Doctor Who. But now that I know everything, well, that's not everything, but I know a lot, I was like, ooh, the Time War. And probably the reason why we never seen the plastic things again was maybe because that species was the last species and it was killed in this episode when Rose did that Power Ranger kick to the mannequin, and the mannequin fell with the anti-plastic into the plastic not ood, but yes, so we never seen that consciousness thing again. I actually really did like the mannequins compared to all of the villains. I don't really remember the villains in this series, but compared to all the villains, I actually really think they're super creepy. And now with all the budget that Doctor Who has, it would be pretty cool if somehow they were able to bring back the mannequins. You guys know I live in New York. You know that apparently there's a motorcycle shop around here. Motorcycles have to go by my house while I'm watching this at least 3 or 4 times a day. But so anyways, that's what I'm saying. It'd be pretty cool to see what the budget would give with the mannequins. Now, the plastic mannequins. I don't think we didn't get anything of the sort dealing with that after this, right? Like I said, I don't really remember the other villains of this series at all, but this introduction to this new Who I think was fabulous. I really, really wish that we had another season of this Doctor. If John, is his name John Eccleston? Was it John or Jonathan? What's his name? Some Eccleston, right? If he, I know that he has a really bad relationship with BBC Networks, right? Don't we all? But I think he has a bad relationship with them. Or maybe it was the people in the show. I know he does not want to be on the show anymore, from my understanding. Or maybe he does. But you know, what would be a key to the gag, to lemon to the squeezes of the juices, is if one day he popped up to be the Doctor again. Wouldn't you gag? I would gag. I probably would fall like on the floor, like, and just gag. He was a really good Doctor. He brought a different element that I've never seen in any of the Doctors, I don't believe. Because in here he was like bashing humans, but still would protect humans. You know what I mean? The other Doctors that we had, they all like, it seemed like they more fell in love, or not fell in love, but they really did appreciate human life. Well, I guess he did too. The way he would deliver his lines about humans and planet Earth, although he was saving it, was a little harsh, but I enjoyed it. On a scale 1 to 10 on this Doctor, his rendition of the Doctor, he definitely is up there, and the only reason why David Tennant is my Doctor was because David Tennant was, I think he was the Doctor after this, and I just fell in love, like, with the show with David Tennant, and also I just loved David Tennant. And I think, wasn't David Tennant also the longest in New Who reigning Doctor? I don't think Pete, I think David Tennant lasted longer seasons than the other Doctors. Now, I could be a liar, but I feel like David Tennant definitely was longer. Or was it? Maybe he wasn't. Maybe I just completely am spreading rumors. Rumors are no fun, so I must tell everyone. So there's that. Let's spread the rumor. David Tennant was the longest running New Who Doctor that there was. But regardless, this definitely gave me a whole vibe to the key, to the gag. Also, it was really good to see Mickey in here. Now, I know because of the allegations, I don't know if it was proven to be true or were they just allegations, touchy subject. I actually forgot what it is that he did. I know he did something bad. But I don't know, did he ever go to court? Was he ever proven guilty of whatever the charges were, which I cannot remember for the life of me, but I know it was bad. But he appeared in Doctor Who later on in whatever series. We did see Mickey again. I don't know if that was before. I'm sure it was after or before they found out about the allegations or whatever the allegations were, which I cannot remember what it was, and we don't need to discuss it down below, but I just wanted to shine light on Mickey, the character. Mickey the character, for me, I think I thought he was irritating. Didn't I not like Mickey? But I felt bad for Mickey because even in this series, you can see that Rose, for me, in my perspective, and it's not going to change clearly because I just watched this again, I felt the same way. Rose never, in my opinion, really liked Mickey. And it wasn't much because that haircut, child, girl, if you're gonna do a hair, you better just, and this was in 2010 or 2005 when this series, The New Who, came out? Do I have that answer? Do I have the answer to this? I don't think I have the answer. I don't have the answer when this came out originally. But, let's find out, shall we? Maybe if I type it in, I can find out. So, right, we talked about this. 2005, I was still in high school. But I remember that haircut, child. Ooh, Lord, his haircut kills me. So, for Mickey, you guys know, as we moved on to the different series with him, I think I started to like him more, but I think in series 1, I wasn't a big fan of him, or maybe I was. I know Rose, I did not like her. I know I didn't like Rose in this series. And I think that a vast majority of people felt the same way, but now as I rewatch the episode with Rose, I miss her. I absolutely miss her. I miss Rose. This episode, Rose, did a 7.5 on IMDb with over almost 10,000 people writing reviews about the show. I'm gonna look up in the United Kingdom. It was a 7.6. The vast majority of the people thought it was about an 8 to a 7. But they really, you can see here, they really did like it. They really did like it. I don't know, a lot of people saying this is where the roller coaster got back on the rails. I'm the doctor, by the way. What's your name? Plastic, fantastic. An enjoyable introduction to the wacky world of Doctor Who. It's an intro, nothing more. Oh, people are bashing it. Welcome back, Rose. Rewatching it with kids. You can see rebooting a classic, the Ninth Doctor's time in TARDIS begins. Everybody, well, not everybody, but vast majority of people in these reviews, I'm sorry that I wasn't looking at the camera, but I had to read. The vast majority of people in these reviews, hello Rose, run for your life, Return of the Doctor, good comeback, but overshadowed story, shut up. Sorry, the beginning starts here. Definitely the vast majority had a very positive outlook on this, and I would love to know what you guys thought when you first saw this episode of New Who. Did you guys scream? Were you guys excited? Now, I also have another question. I heard somewhere, and I don't know if this is to be true, but I heard somewhere, I don't know where I heard it too. I do have friends that are in the industry, but I don't think I heard it from them because, there are people that behind the scenes and try to get tea and information on stuff. But I don't think I heard it from them. I think I heard it from somebody else, a random. No shade to whoever told me in case they're watching this. But I did hear that, what did you hear, Andres? I heard that they did film up to multiple series, right? Not just I guess whatever's coming out in 2024, but onward. But somewhere I heard that they're wrapping up Doctor Who. That's what I heard. I don't know, does that mean that they're going to end the show? Whoa, that would be crazy, right? But I wonder, and when I did hear it, I wanted to talk about it, but I didn't want to do a posting because I see my postings for random annoying things that I always post. You guys know how I post in my community tab. But I did hear that, I think I heard that a few months ago, that there was either talks of it being wrapping it up or something. Now, I'm kind of curious on so many people of the fans that watch Doctor Who, and even people who don't like where it is at this moment. If they did end up wrapping up the show, how would you feel? If there's no more Doctor Who and there's no possibility of it returning, like they're done. If it's been over 60, well, it's about to be 60 years of this show being on. So I feel like it would be such a loss for this show just to end, because it's hit so many different generations and it's had so much impact on so many people's lives. But what if there is a possibility of the show being done? You know, there's so many people that say, I turn it off. I'm done with the Doctor. Jodie's era was trash. Chin and balls, I hate you. And they like completely are done with it because of whatever. And now everybody's speaking about how Doctor Who, I read a lot of comments. I do a lot of, believe it or not, I do a little behind the scene work, right? As in just reading people's reviews, sometimes on episodes that I watch, or how they feel overall about any type, not just Doctor Who. I watch it on, either we're watching on YouTube, reviews on episodes, or I would read. I feel like our generation doesn't read anymore. So I still read. And I would read about things, and people seem to think that Doctor Who has hit like a woke feeling. And if you look at Doctor Who now, from where I am at this moment and watching Doctor Who here, there is a vastly different feel. But I also feel like because time is changing, we can't still talk about 19 whatever or 2005 and have that feel of 2005. And I'm just speaking about New Who. I just started. For everybody who's also new to the platform, I do watch Classic Who, and very soon I will be getting back into Classic Who and continue on that journey from the first Doctor all the way through. I'm watching every episode that I am able to watch. But you can't still have that same flow and that same feel, because things were so much different back in 2005 than how they are in 2023. There is, and then if the show lasts 10 more years, it's going to be vastly different from 2023 from 2033. I can do math, you see? So I just feel like as time progresses on, the show is going to evolve to wherever we are at this moment. Now, do I feel like sometimes I wish that we could have this type of flow with Doctor Who and have that old school flow? Yes, maybe. Is his name Russell T. Davis? Maybe Russell T. Davis, I think that's his name. Maybe he's supposed to be the showrunner again, right? So maybe he can give us a new Who with a classic Who feel. And I think that maybe that would bring back a lot of people. Now, somebody wrote in the reason why I was spoiled about the new Doctor, from on my sex education reaction, was because somebody said something about the actor, one of the actors, he can't stand, and he's the new Doctor and he can't stand him. And then somebody wrote, like, how do you not like that Doctor? Because he's literally said 8 words. And I did read that. And I was like, damn. Now I wonder if now, there are turnoffs for the Doctor being no longer just, can we go there? Why do I always, you know what it is? This is another problem. Because sometimes I feel like I want to say something and then I feel like I know I have to censor myself, because some people, this era that we're in, everybody is so sensitive. So now you have to like watch what you say, which makes me have a big pause and then start stuttering. But I feel like some people maybe are shocked that the Doctor is no longer an older white man, because we had that forever, right? It's always been an older white man. And then in New Who, I guess you can say that all of them it could just be a white man. Because the David Tennant is younger, this Eccleston is young, and Matt was young. Then we got back to older, which is Peter, and a lot of people liked him, and then we did a woman, right? We had a woman doctor, and then now we're having another doctor. And maybe another doctor, I don't know. So I feel like that's another problem too for some people, that they want it to stay the same. And that was another part of me saying that with time, things change. We can't stay in the same time and space. We have to evolve and move on. So there's that. There's a lot of different things. Also, the writing did change. I completely understand, but for the people that feel like they are completely done with Doctor Who because of the Jodie era, don't you just want to make sure that the show stays around by even just trying to like be there and maybe watch it? If you don't like it, you could even critique it. Nobody, like, I don't think that you have to like anything. I loved Game of Thrones, right? But when it got to that final season, child, I ripped it apart. It was trash. I don't remember what season was. Was it 8? How many seasons was there? I think like even like this, no, the 8th, I think it was 8 seasons. I don't know. It was a blur. But I still, like, even to this today, I would rewatch Game of Thrones. I love Game of Thrones. So my thing is, like, although you might not like it, do you want it to be gone forever? Or would you rather it be here, not like or critique it, have the problems with the show, but you still want it to push through the next generation, this generation, the following generation, the other generation, to have that different type of feel? Because there's not a lot of shows like this show on TV. Actually, there is no show like this show on present day TV. There's a lot of murder, there's a lot of killing, there's a lot of like different things. They don't have this type of show, and I hope whenever I do have kids, which better be soon, that there will be shows like this for my children to watch. I do feel like sometimes it is, I hate that terminology woke, but I feel like sometimes they force feed what's going on in present day, like force it down your throat. Sometimes, not as bad as what Star Wars is doing and Marvel at this present day, because they will shove it down your throat, honey. You are trying to tell them to stop, and they just won't stop. Here's what's going on. This is what you're supposed to politically correct. I hate that shit. But I feel like the Doctor does touch onto things, but I mean, it would be awkward if it didn't. But for me, I think that I hope that the show is never going to end, or not anytime soon, and that the different generations, now that it's expanding onto Disney Plus, which would totally help it with a new generations and a different geographic. Because as you guys know, I cannot see anything on BBC Studio. For you guys, I'm not sure how you guys can view YouTube. I'm not sure if you guys even knew this, but for me, living in the United States, I can't go on BBC Studios and watch Doctor Who, like stuff like this. I think maybe I could see trailers and stuff, but I remember I went on the BBC Studios and I clicked something and it said not viewable in your country. Like, I'm telling you, that's why it doesn't even matter how much I edit a Doctor Who, I always know generally it's going to be taken off the platform, because BBC Studios doesn't want it on the platform that is not for those, I guess, who pay for the license or whatever it is that you guys have. But now it being on Disney Plus, it's going to definitely extend to a much greater audience. And with that, maybe, just maybe, it'll be able to bring in higher viewership and it continue on to the flow. And I hope that it doesn't go away. I actually do. This episode, I would rate it, this has a 7.49. I think I would rate it, especially on a rewatch, a 9. I think it was an amazing introduction to the show. If you are not familiar with this show, you're going to watch it and be like, what the that's what you're gonna say. And you're gonna have those problems actually trying to say it as my phone goes off. I never shut this thing off. but I think it was a 9. I think it was a 9. I love this rendition of the Doctor. I actually really love Rose. And we can't forget Mom. You guys know I love her. I love Mom. I love Rose's mom. I love her. 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 It will never go away. And I don't remember, did we ever, the man who's the older man who ended up passing away who was in the show, I don't remember if that was, he was the grandfather. I don't remember if that was Rose's grandfather. I don't think so. Was that was Donna's grandfather. Never mind. I don't know why I thought of the grandfather at this very moment, and I thought that we visited the grandfather with Rose, but we didn't. That was Donna. But this introduction, now that on my rewatch, I loved every single character, minus Mickey. Mickey, his clothes, his hair, it just bothers me, his face. But everything else was amazing. I loved it. I loved these villains. And it just all made sense. It's picked up with the time warp. They dropped that. They gave you the TARDIS. They gave you a little bit of history about the TARDIS. They let you know what you're going to be getting yourself into with the show. And it just worked. It definitely worked, and it definitely was an amazing introduction to this amazing show. So that's how I feel. I just spoke for 20-something minutes about this show. Sorry. I would love to know what your opinions of. Please let it out. If you guys are watching this reaction, the rewatch of this reaction, please comment down below. I don't know if I'm doing this right now as a premiere, a live premiere, which means there is a live chat. Hi guys, live chat, I see you. That's if I did a live chat. I don't know what I'm doing. It's a blur. But if I did do a live chat, definitely comment in the live chat about how you feel. But if you guys could comment actually on the comment page underneath the video, so when this video ends, please go back and interact down below in the comment section, and let's have a conversation if you guys have time. If you guys have time and you are in the space to actually be able to comment, I would love to know your feedback about what you felt about this episode, what you felt about these characters when you rewatched it, or I guess saw it when the introduction of the New Who was to us in 2005. What did you think about the film? What do you think about where the state of currently Doctor Who is, and would you feel some type of way if the show, even if you hate it, at this present moment, what do you feel about this show if it ended? Okay, I think I don't know where I heard this from. I heard, as I said, it was multiple seasons, either was greenlit or they're working on it or whatever the case it is. But after that, if it ended, and if that is to be true, if it ended after 2024 or whatever, and it was done, would you be really upset but be like, listen, the show went off the rails, I didn't like anymore, and it needed to end? Are you okay with it only coming up to 60 years? Comment down below. I hope that everybody starts commenting, not just in the live chat, because I won't be able to see it, it won't notify me, but down below, and that's if I did a live chat, but down below in the comment section, guys. So wait for the live chat to end. Definitely have conversations in the live chat. I hope I am here so I can read it and interact with y'all. My life is hectic, you guys know how it is. But I will definitely be waiting for your comments down below. Now I am done. It's been 25 minutes. Hair flip. Now, if you would like to support this channel for free, please hit that like button, share, and don't forget to comment down below. As I said, hit the notification bell in case you guys want to know when I drop all my new reactions. I'm sorry that I had to say this over again, but I had to place an animation somewhere. And I'll see you guys next time with more Doctor Who.